Hey, how's it going, Pro Gun YouTube? I wanted to bring a quick 1911 discussion video today. So in 2022, we have a lot of new gun owners, a lot of people talking about guns, and what I keep hearing coming up is 1911s are unsafe and you shouldn't buy them. In front of you, I got the three most popular sizes: the officer, the commander, and the full size. So today we call basically two series. We have what's called a 70 series and an 80 series. An 80 series difference is supposed to be drop safe, but the 70 series is just as safe as any other firearm. I'm going to go ahead and close the slide. So all these have no mags. They're all behind the guns. So let's go ahead and get these closed real quick. So the 1911 full size was designed for the military, and one thing it had to pass was safeties. So a military is not going to use an unsafe gun. So you have your manual safety, which is cocked and locked, and you have your grip safety, which blocks the trigger. So this trigger has to travel back, hit the sear and disconnector, and go. So to get past these two safeties when it's in your holster and accidentally go off, it's kind of almost impossible. Of course, any gun accidentally going off is possible, so we can't rule it out. But the way to carry these, this is the Colt Lightweight Commander. So this is one of the most popular 1911s out there, is you chamber it. Once you have a round in the chamber, you put the manual safety on, and that locks your hammer, and your grip safety locks your trigger. So you would have to have this gun fully gripped and the safety off for it to fire. And then your officer's model. So this is by Kimber, their custom shop. So it's the shortest grip, shortest slide, and everything's melted. Like you see, there's no edges like on the other firearms. So very, very safe. This one's set up for left and right-handed, which I'm not a fan of. Since I'm right-handed, I prefer everything just to be on the left side, but that's besides the point. And as you see right now, the safety's off. I'm pushing the trigger as hard as I can, and this gun is not going off because the grip safety was not pushed in. Once the grip safety is pushed in, now the trigger goes back with no problem. You want to be careful, though, on 1911 styles, not copies and clones, because anything that's not a Colt is considered a copy or a clone. So a 1911 style, you'll start losing your safeties. So you'll notice these two do not have grip safeties. They only still have the thumb safety, so you're losing some of the safeties. So if you're carrying a 1911 style firearm and this safety happened to come off, this will fire because nothing is preventing it. There's no grip safety. Same as your new style. This is a SIG 938. So as you see, when I have the safety on, it's safe. If this safety accidentally knocked itself off, and again, this is another one that they put on the right-hand side of the gun. I'm not a fan of that. Sometimes when I take the safety off, it pinches my finger back here. So make sure if you're going to get into the 1911s, you get into the traditional style with the grip safety and the thumb safety. Now, there's one way to test if you have a 70 series or an 80 series. All of these are 70 series. I don't own an 80 series. But the firing pin right here, I'm going to use a 308 to push it. And you watch it in the window right there. Hopefully it shows up. Did you see the firing pin coming out as I'm pushing it? That's how you know it's a 70 series. An 80 series has a firearm block that even if you push the firing pin, it will not come out. They consider that drop safe, like somebody else in the market. So the Glock Safe Action Pistol, they advertise only goes off if you pull the trigger because the trigger will release the firing pin block. That's the same thing the 80 series 1911 has. A lot of people stay away from it because it makes the trigger a little bit tougher. It's not as smooth and crisp. And the new military firearm that they were using, the Beretta, for many, many years, they also have a firing pin block. So on Berettas, that little thing that lifts up, that's the firing pin block. So as I pull the trigger, it lifts the firing pin block out of the way, and when the hammer drops, it fires it. So that's another safety feature that the government had put into the 1911. I mean, the Beretta that the 1911 didn't have. So next time you hear somebody say that the 1911 is unsafe, you can correct them and tell them that they are very safe weapons. They have multiple steps to defeat the safeties for these guns to even go off. And if they're talking about the drop safe, all you have to do is get a Series 80, and you're just as safe as carrying this. Well, guys, I wanted to keep it short, so I appreciate you watching. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments. Thank you.